From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, time once again for The Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV. Back at the bar, back at Tommy Max, and brought to you by our friends at truckcrashlaw.com. We're talking business this time around, a little attorney, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Let's welcome the panel. Sherry Clark is back. She's our first guest. How are you, Sherry?
Good. How you
Good
doing,
to see you,
Tom?
man. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Welcome back to the bar.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
How's it going over at Storehouse Media? I'm sure you guys are busy, authors, getting it done, editors, all of it, getting the stories out.
Yeah,
Yep.
Storehouse Media Group is it's super busy. We enjoy it. It's fun. It's challenging. Different books, different, unique,
and different stages of the production, right? Yeah, starting and editing, all that
publishing,
stuff.
just like I had an idea, kind of, and everything in between. Yeah. It's
great
fun.
to have you.
Well,
always.
thanks for having
all right,
me.
Adam's back. How are you, Adam?
Doing great. Good to see you.
How was the Jewish Center doing? The Alliance Center doing?
We're doing great.
Great.
Very busy, gearing up for summer camp, and all our preschool and all our fitness programs. They're all thriving right now.
Okay.
So.
How many programs do you have at the center?
Oh boy! At an average month, we probably run about 150 or so programs a month.
Okay.
Different programs ranging from we full service community center, so we welcome everyone in the community to come on in.
Right.
And everything from political discussions to just card groups to stuff for children, stuff for adults. So we try to offer a wide variety of things for people.
And you have a big project that you're
we did.
working on and funding.
Yeah, we recently launched the Building Our Future Together campaign, which is a $15 million capital campaign to do some significant renovations to improve our facilities that were built 34 years ago and to do a better job servicing the community.
So one thing, and we've talked many a times here on the show and off the air, that just because it's a Jewish Community Alliance doesn't mean it's just for Jewish believers. It's for everybody.
I appreciate you pointing that out.
Absolutely. No, absolutely.
It's a common, and we understand why, misconception that because the first word in our name is Jewish, but we are open to the entire community.
Yep.
Over 60% of our members are not Jewish.
Right.
And so we do, I call our preschool in particular my little model United Nations, because it's obvious just walking in there that people have all different backgrounds. And it's nice to have that.
Absolutely.
We view ourselves as a safe place for all members of the community to come and grow in mind, body, and spirit.
Hey, going in there playing basketball, working out, whatever, right? Arts and crafts, whatever the case may be.
You got it.
That's awesome. Well, great to have you.
Thanks for
Cecil
having
Grant is here.
How you doing,
What's
sir?
up, my man?
Not much.
Paralegal.
Yes,
is
sir.
that right?
Yes, sir.
You do all the
Hardest working man.
Yeah, the nitty gritty, don't you? How you doing?
Try to. Very
great
good.
to have you at the bar.
No problem. Thank you.
How long you been doing that for?
Be 10 years in July.
Okay. Is that your background? What's your background?
No.
No? Not?
Well,
Talk about
it is
pivoting.
now. It is now.
Yeah, okay.
Started off in the military as an officer, graduated from the Air Force
All
Academy
right,
in
all right.
1983.
Okay, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Yeah.
After doing that, done a lot of different things, from being in the service industry. I sold cars for a little bit of time.
Okay.
And
did you enlist out of high school or out of college, or how did you get into
I went to the Air Force Academy.
Oh, you went to the
So
academy?
that's-
Oh.
Remember that full ride?
You're smart.
That was a full ride.
Where are you? Academic or sports or what?
No, it's a military. You
Okay,
go
with
there.
The military, right? They
they
pay for your school.
You do the 4 years, and then depending on what your career field you take out of there, depends on the commitment that you owe. You, the taxpayers.
Yeah.
So. So it's a good.
What did you do in the Air Force? What was your
communications officer?
Okay.
So
my dad was in the Army Air Corps before they were named the Air Force. He flew the B-24 bomber.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my dad did. Yeah.
Wow.
God rest his soul. Yeah. Big fan of the Air Force. They got great sports out there too.
They do.
A lot of local kids go there and play lacrosse, I think, and some football.
That is becoming a big deal.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, I got a question for the panel. You're all in various types of businesses and what you're doing out there. What's one thing that you want to accomplish? Like, not just great success and all the whatever, but what would it be when they talk about you when you're done with your career? What would be the one thing you'd hope to accomplish through all your hard work and years of service?
I think that she did what she had to do to the best of her ability and with excellence and integrity.
Good. Yep.
That's what I want to be remembered doing.
Yeah. Good for you. How about you, Adam? What are you thinking?
So from a personal standpoint, I mean, I hope when that day comes, when people are talking about, what I did, they look back and that I made a positive impact on their lives and helped them have, a better future. Before I got into nonprofit world. I was a college basketball coach for many years. And
that's right.
My main goal was to help those young men have a chance to have successful lives, and doing the same thing at the JCA, just with a broader audience. So I hope that's what people say about me.
You've been a steward. You've been serving people, right? Would you say that? I mean, coaches, that's the best coaches. They're serving their players. Not about me. It's all about them. And they're the best. We have a great one here with Doug Peterson with the Jags, no doubt. He seems like he's that part, without question. Cecil, how about you? What do you think?
I think, as I talked about, having a variety of careers.
Yeah.
So it's not really about the work. It's more about the interaction with people. It's about, being present with them, making a difference in their life. Maybe not intentionally, but just there's sometimes you interact with people, and then years later you find out that some words you shared impacted them in a way you didn't have any idea. So that's really what I'd like to remember it as.
I tell you, for me, it's like, and unfortunately, I went to a funeral the other day, but it was packed with people, slammed. The whole church was slammed. And to me, that says a lot about that individual. Because I also know people that nobody shows up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You hear that all the time. But to really sit there and be like, you know what, this person was a great person. No matter what you do in life, business-wise or community, whatever, that they can sit there and be like, that's a great person. That, to me, is what's most important.
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you all for being here.
Thank you.
I appreciate it, all right?
No
God
problem.
bless you all. Thank you so much. Hey, if you like these kind of conversations, you can see more at iwannabuzz.com. So until next time, stay safe and be cool out there. We'll see you right here on The Horse's Mouth. Cheers. Born out of the bold city of the South, the Southern Grill has been a mainstay in Jacksonville's South Bank for 24 years. From sunup to sundown, Southern Grill serves up home-cooked meals daily. From breakfast to Southern cooked barbecue, sandwiches, wraps, platters, and vegetarian options, the Southern Grill has you covered. At night, enjoy some live music at our full bar or catch this week's best college or NFL game with our NFL Sunday ticket. Dine in, to go, delivery, or catering. Enjoy a taste of the South at the Southern Grill.
Feel a new level of comfort with underwear for men. Created for men with an active lifestyle and designed for sports, work, medical, and everyday wear. Underwear for Men has a special patented drawstring pouch which allows you to adjust the perfect custom fit around your manhood. It allows you the separation you need and the support you deserve. The drawstrings adjust to isolate and support. The mesh pouch cools and comforts. The tailored fit won't rubber chafe. A tagless plush waistband sized to fit a man's waist, and materials that are quick dry and moisture wicking. Underwear for Men is available in all your favorite styles and colors. In briefs, trunks, and 6-inch and 9-inch boxer briefs, and in your choice of cottony, extra cool, viscose, or polyester fabrics. Underwear for Men. Support your manhood.
From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, time once again for The Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV. Back at the bar, back at Tommy Mac's, talking business. Brought to our good friends at truckcrashlaw.com. Got a great show lined up for you, so let's meet the panel. Ed is here. How you doing, Ed?
Great to see you.
How's it going, brother?
It's going very
Thanks
well.
for being here at the bar.
My pleasure.
Tell us about LiveGenic. What's that all about?
LiveGenic.
Genic, sure.
But we are a technology platform designed for the property and casualty insurance space.
Oh, wow.
What we've done is we've kind of revolutionized the ability for carriers, insurance carriers, to be able to communicate more effectively, more efficiently with policyholders, with service providers in the field. So we're really trying to build out that communication platform and make that process to a homeowner or an auto owner who has a claim a lot easier. Many of them don't have often claims, so we want to make that process a lot easier for them.
How long have you been doing that for? A long time?
I've been in the insurance industry for 25 years.
Wow.
On the
That's a
carrier
lifer.
side, too long almost.
All right.
On the carrier side as well as now on the vendor side for the last 15 years.
All right.
So,
Great to have you on board, man.
appreciate
Thanks
it.
for
Thanks
being
for
here.
having us.
The attorneys are here. Morgan and Morgan. Am I in trouble?
Can't escape it.
James, how are you, my man?
Tommy, good to see you.
Jason.
Yeah.
Good to see
Good
you,
to see
Tom.
you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming. What do you guys specialize in? We'll start with you.
So I represent whistleblowers who uncover fraud against the government, and I also represent government agencies that want to sue bad actors like pharmaceutical companies or chemical companies, things like that. So not what you typically think of with Morgan & Morgan.
Did you come in here with security detail? I mean, do we need
we've got some folks downstairs.
You got someone watching the door? Okay,
door.
good.
Yes.
How long you been with Morgan & Morgan?
I've been there 10 years. Actually just had my 10-year anniversary last week.
Nice.
But,
Yeah.
And I've been practicing for 25 years.
Okay.
Yep.
And when did you get into specialty? Like, was that always something you were into?
About 20 years ago.
Really?
I worked for the Florida Attorney General's office, and I brought that expertise over to the firm.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great to have you. Jason, how about you? What are you doing?
Well, I want to make sure I'm doing great, Tom. Good to see you. I
Great
want
to
to
have
make
you.
sure that we gave him your Snickers bar for your 10-year anniversary.
That's right.
Oh,
I did get a
wow.
Snickers
I'll have to
bar,
check on
yes,
that.
Wow.
yes.
I'll check
Does that
on
make him happier? He gets angry?
We all have what motivates us, right?
That's right.
Now I've been with the firm about 16 years.
Okay.
James is one of those symbols of how we try to diversify a lot as a firm.
Sure.
It was typically a personal injury firm, right?
Yep.
And so, but I've been with the firm 16 years. The last couple of years, been the regional managing partner of the the firm. We've grown a lot, and I have a lot of good people like him.
And how long you been an attorney for?
21 years.
Right out of college?
Right out of college.
Where'd you do school?
I'm a double gator. Met my wife there.
There, okay.
She's from Jacksonville, so came here afterwards.
Yep. It's amazing how the women keep us here, right? Same for me.
I'm lucky. I'm lucky.
We are lucky. There's no doubt about it. Andrew's back. Hey, Andrew. How you doing?
Living the
Would
dream,
you
man.
go shoot a quick round real quick and then came back to the bar?
Yeah, just go hit a few chips. And
that's
putts.
right. You got to work on the game constantly,
Short game's
right?
king.
No doubt about it. So when you're doing your YouTube for golf, are you? When do you plan? Do you plan like? Are you like me? Like, I could do a show right now. I'm just going to do a show, or you plan it out, or how do you?
I have to plan it out now, just because I'm full-time home with my son.
Yep,
I basically give myself like one day a week where it's like either my wife can help or the sitter comes and I'll go film. My cameraman, who's like my best friend, he's got to arrange it with his kids too, and we'll go out and film maybe once a week, where I can at least get a video out once a week, and then certain times comes where you're able to like batch.
Yeah.
I was in Mexico a few weeks ago, able to get a couple videos there.
Okay.
Because you're looking just like this, like you're looking long term. You want to keep it.
How about backyard stuff? You go out in the backyard and film?
Garage.
The
so
garage.
I have a little garage studio. So I'll do.
We got a green screen here, Mike, don't we? We got a green. You guys.
So I'll do some
stuff
like.
here, man.
Some like little club fitting type stuff in there, little challenges in the garage. So that's where I'll kind of keep things going. If I'm in a place where I can't get to the golf course, I'll just do some stuff in the garage.
Okay, cool. So you got to be mobile.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, I got a question for you guys as a panel. It's all about hurdles that you've had to overcome. I'm going to start with you, Ed. What's the biggest hurdle professionally that you've had to overcome, and how'd you do it?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I have to.
Yes. Once in a while, they come out of me. It's crazy.
Well, it's a challenging question. Actually, I think 2 years ago was probably the biggest hurdle I've had to overcome in my career.
Yep.
I left a very established organization that I was working for, had a good career with them, and took a venture over to a startup. As part of that startup, they had gone through the process of acquiring the LiveGenic product as well. So it was jumping from an existing, well-established company and jumping into a 5-team startup organization.
Wow, yeah.
And taking that risk of, was this the right move or what did I do? And so far it's been the right move.
Yeah.
It's been a very rewarding career. Always short right now for 2 years, but they've elevated me to the levels where now I have a lot of say in the organization, as well as just direction to how it proceeds further. So the story's to be told on how it ends, but for right now, it was probably the biggest challenge in my mind was just saying, do I want to stay where I'm at or do I take that jump?
Listen, I've been an entrepreneur my whole post-career. And some say you play football, you're in business for yourself, right? I mean, the NFL, it's a special, you got to be tough. I mean, really, really tough because you could have some really good moments and really tough moments, right? And going from a corporate structure to that takes a lot of guts to do that, man. No doubt about it. All right, how about the attorneys, man? What's the biggest story? You got to take one of your clients out back and smack them around and make sure they say the right things in court, or what's the deal?
I'd say for me 2 things. One is perception. So what I do isn't what the firm really is, known for. And so when I go to talk to new clients or new government agencies, I have to overcome that billboard mentality that Morgan & Morgan just does this one thing, personal injury, and they don't. We're very diverse there.
Sure.
That's one. And then the other thing I'd say is politics. So what I often do is represent government agencies or state attorneys general, And the politics, the winds of political change happen so fast in this country.
No doubt.
One day your clients are Republican, next thing an election comes and they're a Democrat or vice versa.
Wow.
And that can be very challenging, adjusting to the agendas of the political stuff.
Yeah.
So,
how about you? What do you think?
So it's obviously a very competitive space, right?
Yeah.
What we do for a living.
Yeah.
But finding that niche, finding that branding that you stand out, and here's what you stand for, and that's a balancing. I mean, we do a lot in the community. We do a lot within the local areas where we work. Right? Did you just spill?
Yeah.
I knew I shouldn't have brought it up. So it's really just trying to keep yourself diversified, and it's a great platform to do special things like community and local efforts. But then I think mostly because of our growth, maintaining that culture and the priorities that made us what we are.
Right.
We were a very employee focused, very client driven firm that started from nothing. And so maintaining that is even as we grow.
I want to know how John got in such good shape, man. On that one billboard, he is ripped and jacked.
Well,
is that what he does with all his money?
He's been in Maui working out hard lately.
Is that it?
So he's
pretty impressive.
He's pulling it off.
Yeah, that's great. But you're right. I mean, you've got this conglomerate, if you will. I don't want to call it that, but how do you keep it to where it all runs how it's supposed to be run?
Yeah.
It's a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
I deal with some early stage, like entrepreneur and consulting stuff. I swear, the ones that make it are the ones that can execute, are the ones that can deliver and execute. The ones with just an idea that don't have any of that, it's just an idea. And
ideas are easy.
Yeah, ideas are easy.
Yeah.
But getting it done is totally different. Yeah. Great to have you. Andrew, I'm going to let you finish this up here, man.
Well,
biggest obstacle other than
my whole,
cranking it in the woods or hitting
I'll put my whole playing career and all, I had to overcome a lot of personal crap there, but since I've gone full-time on YouTube, and I think maybe a lot of people can relate, the biggest hurdle I've had to overcome kind of in this entrepreneurial world, growing a business, is when I became a father. Because when I became a father...
Got real.
It got real, but it also... now you're choosing your family and my son over growing my business. And it's like, so my son's 18 months old. I've been a stay-at-home dad for 13 of those months. So it's like, I'm able to plot out a video a week, but the growth was like this, and now it's this. So this is the biggest hurdle, because you associate identity, all these things with, do I risk it all to choose my family? And I think being an individual athlete my whole life, that was a really hard thing to do. My wife and I have a lot of conversations about that, and I'm always thinking, I got to pivot, I'll try something else, like wearing myself so thin, and at the end of the day, like I'm on my phone, I'm working while I'm with my son.
Yeah. Right.
That's wrong. So that's the hurdle that I had to overcome, where it's like, choose your son and this time, because I'll never get it back.
Right.
And just have the patience and trust that, like, if the business comes back, it comes back. But if it doesn't, I did the right thing, and there's something on the other side of it.
Right?
Yeah,
it's balanced.
So choosing,
I know being a content creator myself, you got to be consistent. I mean,
100%.
Whatever you're doing, you got to make sure that you're consistently doing it.
Yeah.
And then eventually you got to figure out, is it worth it or is it not?
For sure, because I'm competing against 23, 24-year-olds that can golf and make 4 videos a week consistently versus my one. Everyone's going like this. So it's just
maybe your one's just got to be better than their 4.
It has to be. There's that's the only choice.
You can do it, man.
Yeah,
I can feel it. I can feel it. Well, great to have you all on. Thanks for answering the questions and being here, man. And if I'm ever in trouble, I know who I'm calling. All right, that'll do it for us here this time around. If you like these kind of conversations, check out more at iwannabuzz.com. So until next time, stay safe and be cool out there. We'll see you right here on The Horse's Mouth. Cheers.
From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, time once again for another edition of The Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV at the bar, back at Tommy Max, and brought to our friends at truckcrashlaw.com. Great to have you here on board, and great to bring you this show today. Let's meet the panel. How you doing, my friend?
Good.
What's your name again?
My name's Josh.
Josh, great to have you on
Thanks,
board,
sir.
man. You're in the flooring business,
I am.
I'm told.
Footprints Floors, yes, sir.
Footprints Floors. How long you been doing that for?
We've been in market right at a year. At a year, yes, sir. Franchise model.
Have you been in the flooring business before?
I've been in construction a little bit early on in my career.
Okay.
Some commercial HVAC
Okay.
And general construction back a long time
Did
ago.
you get into that like out of high school?
Yeah, out of high
college
school. Out of high school, right out of high school.
Okay.
Went into pipe fitting, mechanic type work.
No kidding.
And up in North Carolina, where things are a little bit different up there, but a lot of 4-pipe water systems, and so got into general construction.
Sure.
Did it for a good long while, and then moved to Florida.
Those trades are coming back, aren't they, man?
They are. They are.
I mean, there's a lot of need, right? A lot of need, a lot of jobs, and a lot of good direction for kids to go if they want to go that route.
Absolutely.
Well, great to have you on board.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Derek, how you doing, man? Welcome
Pretty good,
back,
man. Thank you.
How you doing? Managing property out there?
Yes, sir.
Single family home, little apartments, or a little bit of both?
Single family, townhomes, condos are main things. Yeah.
How did you get started in that? Were you always interested in it, or how did it go for you?
So basically, I kind of use my real estate business and I kind of feed into it. So a lot of my clientele that I get, a lot of time they're buying investment properties. So I can take that in turn, tell them, okay, you know what, I can manage your property for you as well.
Okay. And are you the investor as well? You bring in investor money? How do you do that?
So I want to start personally doing investing on my own as well, like looking into like multifamily units, because that's like where the big bucks are outside of like just getting like single family homes. Yeah. But yeah, I work with investors as well too.
Okay. So I worked with an apartment guy for a little bit, and it was always in the C-class apartments, which that's a different management. It's not like you're people paying rent on time. You got to go chase the rent sometimes. You got to make sure that that's got to be a tough thing sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm really trying to more so stay with like private owners, like not really trying to get into that right now.
Okay, good. But you're trying to expand the portfolio.
Oh yeah, for sure, always.
All right. You always looking?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got to keep an eye on it, right? A lot of driving around.
A lot of wasted gas sometimes.
There you go. Well, great to have you on. No doubt about it. Tracy and Ben Glynn, how are you?
Great.
Good to see you guys. Welcome to the show. You're in the physician relocation business. Is that correct?
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely.
How'd you get into that?
So
and together as a husband-wife team.
Yes.
Right.
Good for you, man. So you know what? That deserves
That's why we're drinking this drink.
Right.
Exactly. How'd you get started in it?
So we have been in real estate for many years. I won't date myself by saying exactly how many, but a long time.
Like investment properties, kind of what they're...
No, residential real estate.
Okay,
we actually owned a brokerage up in Wisconsin before we moved here 10 years ago.
Cool.
So, and that for me was a family business. I grew up in it. So I kind of got sidetracked for a minute after 07, 08 and went into physician recruitment.
Okay.
But I always missed real estate and really saw a need for a specialized service to physicians.
Yep.
So we're realtors. That's our main business. We're with Berkshire Hathaway. But our niche is this physician relocation concierge.
Oh, cool.
So,
yeah. So we've had people on that were like for the military, relocated because they're always on the move. You know, you got to make sure everything's set up. And it's more than just finding them a place to live, isn't it?
Yes.
It's that concierge goes with everything.
So we work with the recruiters often. So we'll talk with recruiters, and oftentimes, the big hospitals will have people on their teams that will handle it. But a lot of these medical groups now are private equity backed, and they run very lean.
Sure.
The recruiters are busy, so they hire someone. They hire a doctor. They give them a relocation bonus. That's kind of it. And they're on their own.
Right.
So they don't have time to do the legwork to interview agents who know how to work with doctors. You do community tours, household goods moving, organization, staging. So we provide all those resources.
So you're the marketing in the face of the operation, and you're the operations, I'm imagining.
Clearly. I do what she tells me to do, and it works very well.
It works out great that way.
That's great. And you guys been in the brokerage business for a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have, we had a brokerage for 8 years in Wisconsin, then we came here, and I've been doing it full time. Finally pulled her out of the recruitment space to do it because it is a great need, and one of the things that we try and do is make it seamless for people that are coming because they've got everything else going on in their life. We want to take that off their plate.
I've never had to relocate on the fly, right? But when you relocate on the fly, I mean, you like where are the schools? Who am I bringing my kids to the doctor to? Like, where am I shopping? Where am I living? All that stuff. So that's a big part. All right, I got a question for the entire panel. It's about advice, and I know I had a question going in, but I'm going to change the question a little bit. But what if you could give someone advice, a young person advice, whether what you're doing in your line of work or not? What would you give that young person? What kind of advice would you give?
That's pretty simple for me.
Okay.
Be true to who you are. Be true to who you are and what you're doing. Be integritous and have that integrity in everything you do.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I'm doing what we're doing. Especially in construction.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of need, especially in Florida, for integrity in construction.
Right. Absolutely. And there's construction everywhere.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. It's
and bad deals and bad situations because of lack of integrity.
Yeah. When you see a project like nobody's working on anymore, there's something went up, right? Something went wrong.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah, no doubt about it.
A lot of that around here.
Derek, how about you? What advice would you give out there?
A few of the time when I went back to UNF to speak to the students, I always tell them, don't be afraid to pivot. A lot of my undergrad and my grad degrees are all in public relations, communications, and marketing.
Okay.
And here I am now in real estate and property management.
Sure.
So you can't be afraid to pivot. You can't think that, I went to school for this, so if I go and I work in this field now, am I a failure or anything of that nature? Sometimes you just have to work with what's best for you.
Right.
So don't be afraid to pivot. Don't be afraid to start over.
Right.
I tell them that all the time. So that's definitely what my advice would be.
And pivoting, because I've done it plenty of times in my career, you got to have great belief in yourself.
Got to.
And good Lord, and then, at least for me, good Lord, and then myself. And that's not always easy.
Because when I started in real estate, even my own parents, they were a little weary about it and everything like that.
Right.
But if nobody else, I believed in myself.
Right.
And like you said, you got to have that relationship, whatever type of spiritual connection you have.
Sure.
Like I said, me personally is the Lord. So those two people believe in me. And now my parents oh, yeah, you're Mr. Real Estate Man. But I'm like, you weren't saying that when I first started.
That's right. You had to prove it. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. All right, Tracy, how about you? What
would say just take action, even if it's not perfect. I tend to be a person who overthinks, but as I've, started this business and just started to grow things, I've really come to realize just taking action, even if it's not right now, you can pivot, you can do those things, but you've got to take action to make things happen. You can talk about stuff and plan it all day long, but it doesn't make things happen.
How about you, Ben? What do you think?
A little bit like that, but I would say just take a risk. When you're young, you don't have you don't have kids, you don't have a huge mortgage payment, you don't have all the other things going along with it. So that's the time to do the things that people think are crazy. I mean, Derek, you're a perfect example. If your parents are like, this isn't going to work, well, it's working really well right now. So it's the time to do it, to take it and go for it. And you're kind of too dumb to know what's right and what's wrong at that point too.
Right.
So
too inexperienced, let's say.
Right.
Too inexperienced.
Sorry. My case, it was dumb. Hers was.
I think my advice would be you got to look in the mirror. If you want something out of your life, good or bad, look in the mirror and be honest with that reflection. It's called internal accountability. You're not pointing the finger at everybody else, because everything, and don't get me wrong, third-party interference happens.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you got to look in the mirror and be like, all right, can I be better? How can I make it better? And then go do it.
Absolutely.
And then be honest, like you're saying. You got to be true to yourself, be honest, and keep working at it.
Right.
Great to have you guys on. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
All right. That'll do it this time around. If you like these kind of conversations, check out more at iwannabuzz.com. So until next time, stay safe and be cool out there. We'll see you right here on The Horse's Mouth. Cheers.
Feel a new level of comfort with underwear for men. Created for men with an active lifestyle and designed for sports, work, medical, and everyday wear. Underwear for Men has a special patented drawstring pouch which allows you to adjust the perfect custom fit around your manhood. It allows you the separation you need and the support you deserve. The drawstrings adjust to isolate and support. The mesh pouch cools and comforts. The tailored fit won't rubber chafe. A tagless plush waistband sized to fit a man's waist, and materials that are quick dry and moisture wicking. Underwear for Men is available in all your favorite styles and colors. In briefs, trunks, and 6-inch and 9-inch boxer briefs, and in your choice of cottony, extra cool, viscose, or polyester fabrics. Underwear for Men. Support your manhood.